Hello guys, welcome back to Archive Ryzen. In this video, I'm gonna talk about TESS KOTKIN deep analysis, her weapon and logistic comparison.
拍手喝采未来の世界ナンバーワンマジシャンテスコトキン登場ほっ
So TESS KOTKIN is a 5-star electric elemental damage dealer, a damage amplifier and a debuffer, and also an ultimate energy generator and a shielder at the same time. So she will have a high synergy against ultimate dependent operative like Haru Absconditus, Yawinter Soltis, or Frithia Haas. Her standard skill can deal multi-elemental damage and apply effect based on the card color. If you have a blue card beside her, using standard skill will deal a low frost damage and apply frozen to the targeted enemy for 2 seconds. So this blue card can only deal the lowest damage that her standard skill can deal, but it can apply control debuff for 2 seconds that have frozen control debuff even enough to make an enemy boss flabbergasted. And if you have a pink card beside her, using standard skill will deal high chaos damage, and if the target doesn't die, it will also deal additional medium chaos damage to 4 nearby enemy from the main target. While for white card can deal high kinetic damage to a single target and replenish to bullet. So this white card can deal the same damage as the pink card to a single target only, but its specialty is when you use this white card against destructible object, the damage will increase. And the damage from this white card to destructible objects is almost as high as one shot from bolt action sniper to a destructible object. So in case you use TESS KOTKIN as an active operative, you can use this white card to free yourself from enemy skill that can deploy destructible object to block you. And if you have a red card beside her, using standard skill will deal a low AoE thermal damage and burn all target hit for 12 seconds. So this one have a low damage as the blue card, but it can deal DOT thermal damage after that to every enemy within the AoE. If you have a yellow card beside her, when you use her standard skill, she will deal a highest electric damage and decrease standard skill cooldown by 3 seconds. So in terms of DPS, yellow card can provide the highest skill damage and even able to decrease the standard skill cooldown by 3 seconds. That means it can increase the skill DPS even further. So if you want to maximize the damage from her standard skill, you need to focus using standard skill only when you got the yellow card. Because by using the same color card consecutively, you can increase the skill damage by 10% and can stack up to 5 stacks. So the total increment can reach up to 50%. And in this case, her yellow card DPS can reach up to almost the same as Marian Swift's standard skill damage. And you can also reduce the skill cooldown by 0.5 seconds every time TESS KOTKIN shot hit a target. And you can also reroll the card color by shooting at the enemy weak spot. So you can choose which card you wanted to use consecutively in case you wanted to stack up the card's damage. While for the support skill, after you use her support skill, it can increase the full squad elemental damage by 30% based on their equipped weapon element. So it is best for your active operative to use a weapon that have the same elemental type as your active operative skill. And the support skill elemental damage increment will decrease over time until it's reached 15%. And beside the elemental damage increment, after using her support skill, the first damage from each operative can apply a control debuff that based on the damage type. So after using her support skill, if you are shooting at the enemy, then the applied control debuff will based on your weapon type damage. And if you are using skill, either is standard skill or support skill, then the control debuff will based on your skill type damage. And each operative can only apply one control debuff on her first damage to a single enemy. So another support operative can also apply control debuff based on their support skill type damage. For example, in this footage, Mousy Shadows can apply slow control debuff after her support skill deal chaos damage to enemy. And for her ultimate skill doesn't consume ultimate energy, but it have a very long cooldown that's about 150 seconds. And when TESS in her ultimate state, after active operative shot hit an enemy, TESS will come out and shot at the same target deal electric damage that can also recover 5 ultimate energy per shot. This 5 ultimate energy can be affected by TESS ultimate energy recovery. And also TESS can only come out and shot at the same target every 2 seconds. So this ultimate skill can act as additional ultimate energy generator and also as a sub DPS. After this skill duration ends, our remaining ultimate energy will be consumed no matter how much it is. And all the consumed ultimate energy will be converted into a shield and also can decrease TESS KOTKIN ultimate skill cooldown. And here is the side-by-side comparison. You can see that having TESS KOTKIN as an ultimate energy generator can significantly increase the full squad ultimate energy recovery, so your active operative can use their ultimate skill more faster. From this footage, Yao Winter Solstice with full build TESS KOTKIN can use her ultimate skill 5 seconds after the first shot, while Yao Winter Solstice without getting assisted by TESS KOTKIN will need 35 seconds to use their ultimate skill after the first shot. So the interval between both cases is about 30 seconds long. That means if you really wanted to speedrun boss, encompassing a neural simulation boss speedrun, you will really need TESS KOTKIN as an ultimate energy generator for Yao Winter Solstice, Haru Absconditus, or Frithia Haas. For her Dewa skill only works when TESS KOTKIN is off the field. When ultimate energy is lower than 50%, TESS KOTKIN ultimate energy recovery will be increased by 20%, an additional 5% increment each 100 element index. And when full squad ultimate energy is higher than 50%, full squad skill energy recovery will be increased by 20% and will get additional 5% each 100 element index. So in the first half, TESS KOTKIN ultimate energy recovery got boosted by her Dewa skill. So it is recommended to use her ultimate skill as soon as you start battle. For her manifestation 1 is very useful for her, because it can gradually increase the ultimate energy skill gain from her ultimate skill shot by 1 point, and it can goes up to 10 ultimate energy increment, and it can goes up to 10 ultimate energy increment. So that means if TESS KOTKIN ultimate skill first shot only gains 5 points, then its next shot will gain 6 points, and gradually increase until her 10th shot and above will increase to 15 points per shot. Her manifestation 2 also have a very high priority and become an optimal condition or breakpoint for her, because after using her ultimate skill, it can immediately recover 20 ultimate energy, and this 20 points can also be affected by TESS KOTKIN ultimate energy recovery. So after you have this manifestation 2, you can skip the ultimate energy starting point a lot. While for her manifestation 3, it's not really that useful because it only makes TESS KOTKIN ultimate skill become more flexible. That instead of only can be triggered by shooting from the active operative, it can also be triggered by skill damage from the active operative. So if your active operative will stop shooting after using their ultimate, for example Haru Absconditus that you don't have time to shooting anymore, or Frithia Haas that you cannot do anything after using her ultimate besides enjoying the view, Haru Absconditus skill damage or Frithia Haas ultimate skill damage can still make TESS KOTKIN to come out and shoot at the same target in order to recharge their ultimate skill energy. So if you're gonna team up TESS KOTKIN with Haru Absconditus or Frithia Haas, you will need this manifestation 3. But if you're gonna team up TESS KOTKIN with Yao Winter Solstice or Chensing Ethereal Cloud, then this manifestation 3 will not really that important. For her manifestation 4, it's not really that important. It only can increase her ultimate skill damage by a certain percent, and the increment is not really that high, so it's not really that helpful for us. While for her manifestation 5, TESS KOTKIN ultimate state can also provide the same elemental damage buff as her support skill does. So you can use her ultimate skill first and after the duration ends, and then use her support skill to prolong the elemental damage buff. And the next one is her weapon and logistic comparison. Because TESS KOTKIN is an ultimate energy generator, her logistic and weapon comparison will based on the ultimate energy recovery. For this calculation, I use Yao Winter Solstice who use bolt action sniper, where the ultimate energy per shot from bolt action sniper is 4 point blah blah blah, I get from Matsu random mount research sheet. If you wanna see ultimate energy per shot for other weapons or any more other useful calculation, you can try to visit the link. The link is in this video's description. And for this comparison, I will explain it in a simple and clean way. For Logistic Squad, Hajatagar Squad, the recommended Logistic Squad for TESS KOTKIN, Shinye Squad, the 5-star Logistic Squad that can increase ultimate energy recovery, Phantom Squad, 4-star Logistic Squad, Courier Squad, a 3-star Logistic Squad that can also increase ultimate energy recovery. Hajatagar Squad can increase 40% ultimate energy recovery only for the equipped operative, while Shinye can increase 28% full squad ultimate energy recovery, and Phantom Squad can increase 21% full squad ultimate energy recovery and can also give you flat ultimate energy by 1.5 per 5 seconds after any operative deals damage. While for the Courier Squad, besides it can only give 20% ultimate energy recovery for the equipped operative, it can also give 25% full squad ultimate energy recovery. Because some of the Logistic Squad can increase full squad energy recovery buff, which means it can increase both of TESS KOTKIN ultimate energy recovery and also the active operative ultimate energy recovery, I need to bring in an active operative, for example Yao Winter Solstice, into the calculation. In this calculation, you can see that for Hajatagar Squad, Yao Winter Solstice ultimate energy per shot will not have any change. It will still remain in 4 point blah 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 energy per shot. While for Shinye, Phantom, and Courier, they can also change Yao Winter Solstice ultimate energy recovery that it will become 5 point blah 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 per shot. So the total ultimate energy recovery between TESS KOTKIN and Yao Winter Solstice, we can see that the Logistic Squad that can provide the highest ultimate energy recovery is Courier, because it can give 45% ultimate energy recovery for TESS KOTKIN and also 25 ultimate energy recovery for Yao Winter Solstice. While for the second is Shinye Squad, it can provide 28% ultimate energy recovery for both TESS KOTKIN and Yao Winter Solstice. While for Hajatagar Squad become the lowest among them all. So should we use Shinye or Courier instead of Hajatagar Squad? The answer is of course is not. Hajatagar Squad best selling point is not only from the ultimate energy recovery, but instead after the equipped operative using ultimate skill, Hajatagar Squad can provide elemental damage buff by 20%, while Shinye, Phantom, and Courier can only provide ultimate energy recovery. That's why Hajatagar Squad is better than them all. Instead of just provide ultimate energy recovery, it can also become a damage amplifier for our active operative. So the most recommended Logistic Squad is Hajatagar Squad, but if you really like to use ultimate skill that fast, then you can use Shinye Squad instead. While for the weapon comparison, from this calculation you can see that even though Eccentric Joker Tier 1 can buff ultimate energy recovery and can provide more alignment index from their main stat, but still the ultimate energy recovery from Eccentric Joker Tier 1 cannot surpass the Web's Tier 5. So in terms of recharging speed, Tier 1 Eccentric Joker is loose against Tier 5 Webs. But after your TESS KOTKIN reach Manifestation 2, that she will able to get a certain ultimate energy after using ultimate skill, in terms of starting point, Eccentric Joker have more higher starting point than Tier 5 Webs. Because this weapon can provide more alignment index for the Devo's improvement, and also can provide the ultimate energy recovery. Both of Devo's improvement and ultimate energy recovery are synergy with the Manifestation 2. So if you team up TESS KOTKIN with Haru Absconditus, using Eccentric Joker is best for her. Because after you use her ultimate skill, you will only need 1 or 2 more shots, you can already unleash Haru Absconditus' ultimate skill another time. So the selling point from the Eccentric Joker, because the gun can increase ultimate energy recovery, it can synergy against her ultimate skill and also her Manifestation 2. So her ultimate energy recovery will become more faster, and also her ultimate energy starting point become more higher. And the best selling point from her signature weapon is that it can provide elemental damage buff. While for the free-to-play weapons, Web's Tier 5 is only it have a little bit faster ultimate energy recovery than Tier 1 Eccentric Joker. So should you pull for tier 1 eccentric joker or just use tier 5 webs? The answer is yes, because besides it can provide ultimate energy recovery, eccentric joker can also provide elemental damage buff. But if you really broke and have a high risk to afford eccentric joker, using a tier 5 webs is already enough because both of them didn't have a significant difference when it comes to ultimate energy recovery. While for the Logistic, a Jatagar squad, even though you can only provide a low ultimate energy recovery, but their best selling point is, after the equipped operative using their ultimate skill, the active operative elemental damage will increase by 20%, and the effect will be increased by 25% if other operative manage to use ultimate skill. While for the Logistic talent priority, ultimate energy recovery is the highest priority. And if you are a slow runner player, that you need to struggle to defeat a boss, taking your time too long to defeat a boss, then your second Logistic talent priority will be alignment index. Because by having more alignment index means that you can decrease her ultimate skill cooldown more than skill haste can does. So if you are taking your time too long, you can reuse her ultimate skill again in order to help your active operative recharge their ultimate skill energy again. And for the substitute talent priority will be skill haste in case you didn't get the ultimate energy recovery and alignment index combination. While for the third talent priority will be electric damage. But if you are a speedrunner player who like to speedrun boss and competing in the neural simulation ranking system, then your second highest talent priority will be skill haste. Because usually a speedrunner player can defeat a boss under 100 or 80 seconds. So that means you doesn't need to reuse KOTKIN ultimate skill for the second time. Instead of focusing increasing their alignment index, you can increase her skill haste instead. By having skill haste means that you can use her support skill more time in order to speedrun. So I think that's all about KOTKIN. She is indeed a very useful support operative in case you want to speedrun boss. So besides she is a damage amplifier, can apply control debuff, can act as ultimate energy generator, she can also become a shielder for us. She have many roles as a support operative. And also a very fun and very enjoyable operative if you want to use her as an active operative. She only deal a decent damage, but she is very fun to use, especially the RNG mechanism from her standard skill. That will make you need to gacha a lot to improve her damage, unless you doesn't care what card she have. I think that's all from me. If you like my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching, see you next time, cheers!